Cats' unusual behaviors are actually messages to their owners. Dogs may be known as man's best friend, but they have some close competition. As anyone who owns one can tell you, a cat can be just as loyal and loving as any other animal, albeit in their own unique way. One thing that cats aren't, however, is easy to understand. Anyone who has ever stared baffled at a blank-faced cat in wonder knows what we mean. They might not be outwardly expressive, but they're definitely trying to communicate with you. In fact, you'll want to be on the lookout for these specific ways that your pet tries to get your attention. 1. Cats can be pretty aloof, so there's nothing unusual about your pet lounging alone and surveying the entire room. But if your pal looks at you and starts slowly blinking, he's giving you an important message. Slow blinking is a sign of comfort and love. It's a signal that cats use to tell each other everything is okay. So if you see it, your buddy is feeling pretty good. There are some other ways they communicate too. 2. We're all familiar with purring, which is another classic signal that your cat is feeling content. Still, there's something deeper going on when they start revving their engines, a message that you might not be aware of. Cats don't purr to communicate with other cats. They only do it for humans. That means your pet is specifically telling you how happy they are. You should also be on the lookout for these other sounds. 3. Beyond purrs and meows, your cat might occasionally make a high-pitched gurgling sound. It can sound pretty alarming if you aren't expecting it, but don't be afraid, it's just another way of trying to tell you something. Cats gurgle when they're feeling upbeat and social, so the sound is a positive sign. Your pet is just trying to chill out and have a friendly chat. Another way of communicating can get a bit violent, however. 4. Have you ever been minding your own business when your cat runs over and headbutts you? Seems pretty rude, right? Heck, if a human tried that, it'd be time to call the cops. But there's a deeper meaning to that strange gesture when cats do it. Cats use scent glands in their head to mark their territory, meaning a headbutt is actually quite affectionate. Your pet is telling other cats that you are her person. Aw, how sweet is that? Now moving on to biting. 5. Cats are predators, which means they have some pretty sharp teeth. So when they turn those fangs on you, it has to mean something bad is going on, right? Like maybe they're really unhappy with the new dry food you've been dishing out. While an aggressive bite is obviously a negative sign, gentle nibbles are a demonstration of love. Your cat is just telling you that he appreciates your presence. After all, he's choosing to bite you playfully instead of forcefully. 6. After biting, the obvious place to go is licking. If the former is a playful mark of endearment, what is your kitty trying to say with her scratchy tongue rather than her teeth? Have you ever seen apes grooming their relatives? Well, that's what's happening when your cat tries to clean up your hand or hair. She's identified you as part of the family and wants to help take care of you. 7. If you ever see your cat flopped on the floor with his belly facing up, he's not just being lazy. In fact, there's a deeper significance to the pose that you might not realize. The phrase soft underbelly is grounded in reality. An animal's stomach is a weak point that they're trying to protect. If your cat lets you touch that sensitive area, that means he trusts you completely. 8. You probably know not to touch your cat's tail, but did you know he's using it to communicate? A bushy tail, for example, is a sign of distress, while a waving tail has another meaning. Cats really don't wag their tail, but they do flick it back and forth to show happiness. If your furry friend is feeling especially affectionate, they'll even curl their tail around you like a hug. 9. Have you ever woken up to find your cat has left a dead mouse or her favorite toy on your bed? It's like a scene from The Godfather, only minus the mob activity. These presents aren't the type of gift you might think, though. While your cat isn't giving you a gift out of appreciation, the gesture is still a mark of trust. Cats bring their prey back home so they can eat it safely. Leaving it near you means that you're someone who won't steal their stuff. 10. Cats might not be interested in going for walks and playing fetch, but they have been known to follow their owners around. but do they do it for the same reason as dogs? No matter the species, physical proximity is a show of affection. If your independent cat is always near you, especially when there's food available in another room, he really loves you. 11. Whether you call it kneading, making biscuits, or anything else, most cat owners have felt this one. When a cat presses their paws into you, they're trying to tell you something major about your relationship. 12. If cat versus dog intelligence has ever been debated, consider it resolved. Cats have 300 million neurons in their brains, while dogs have just 160 million. In fact, a cat's brain is considered to be extremely similar to a human's brain, so expect a feline uprising any day now. 13. Since whiskers detect distances and movements by the air's vibration, they're actually crucial to a cat's survival in the outdoors. So don't be too scared if your cat runs off. They have survival tools built right into their bodies. 14. What's the deal with cats and catnip? Cats naturally have the scent of catnip binded in their nasal passages, so when they get a whiff of the herb, it stimulates the sensory receptors in their brains and makes them act a little lovey-dovey. 15. It's no secret that cats spend a majority of their days sleeping. We're actually pretty jealous of just how long a cat can sleep for, which is at least 12 to 16 hours a day. Cats just don't know how lucky they are.